So how many times have you started and stopped your side hustle? You get excited, you plan everything out, you take actions for a few days, weeks, or even months, and then you stop. So I used to start side hustle after side hustle, excited, motivated, ready to change my life. And then a few weeks later, I'm burned out, overwhelmed, and avoiding it altogether. If you've ever wondered why you can't seem to stay consistent, even when you really want it, you're not alone. In this video, I'm sharing what kept me stuck in that start and stop cycle for years, and what finally helped me break free and show up consistently, even with a 9 to 5 and a full plate of other priorities. And trust me, it's not just discipline, it's deeper than that. Stick around to the end for the one mindset shift that changed everything for me. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and I help ambitious women with a full-time job find the time to build their creative side hustles without burning out. If you're tired of the start and stop cycle, feeling like you're always resetting, or doubting whether you're even cut out for this video will help you understand what is really keeping you stuck and how to finally build consistency that lasts. Now, I am no stranger to starting and stopping my side hustle. And for all the times that I started and stopped, it was because of one of these reasons, but mostly because of reason number 3, which I can guarantee is probably the issue with many of you watching this video right now. I started and stopped YouTube 3 times before finally finding my rhythm. I started and stopped my coaching business 3 times, kept procrastinating until I came to the realization that the core reason I kept procrastinating is due to fear, and I had to deal with that. And we're going to circle back to fear towards the end, so you want to stick around to the end of this video for that. But the first thing that helped me stop starting and stopping my side project was because I stopped expecting full-time results with part-time capacity. That means I stopped comparing my outcome with others who were not in the same place as me. So you see influencers building empires in 6 months, but they're not working full-time like you are. You feel like you're behind because your output doesn't match theirs, but your season is different and your pace needs to match that. So what helped me was I stopped trying to do what people without a 9 to 5 job were doing. I redefined success as consistency and not volume. I picked one project at a time and build around that. No two people's life experience is the same. Your journey is so unique and individualistic to you and you alone. So as much as you can be inspired by others and learn from someone with a similar experience as yours, do well not to compare with them. The second thing is I created a system, not only a burst of motivation. So when motivation fades, you need structure to fall back onto. Lack of systems is one of the biggest reasons most people keep starting and stopping their side projects, especially for women juggling a demanding 9 to 5 job. Without systems, you are relying on willpower and vibes, and that is not sustainable. So here's what happens when you do not have a system. First, everything feels like you're starting from scratch. Without a system, you do not have a clear routine or a plan to follow. So each week feels like, what should I do? What's the priority? When will I have time? Decision fatigue sets in and inconsistency follows. Secondly, without systems, you only work on your side project when you have time. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that time rarely ever comes. A system like time blocking or weekly planning routine creates structure, so your side hustle doesn't get lost in the chaos of your full-time job and your other life responsibilities. Thirdly, without systems, you get stuck in a loop of motivation and then burnout and then guilt. No system leads to you trying to do too much when motivation hits, which eventually leads to you burning out. Then you ghosting your goals for weeks, and then you restarting again because of guilt. And that is just exhausting and demoralizing. Fourth, without systems, you don't know what's working and what's not working. Without tracking or reflection, every task feels important and urgent. And then you chase busy work instead of meaningful progress. Then your goals start to feel further and further away. And lastly, without systems, you waste time reorganizing instead of executing. If your notes, tasks, and ideas are scattered across different notebooks, apps, and sticky notes, you tend to spend more time searching rather than doing. Now, let me know in the comments if that sounds familiar. But here is what happens when you have a system. A system gives you a repeatable weekly rhythm. It makes your next steps obvious. It protects your energy and time. It builds momentum even on low energy weeks. And it makes consistency feel easier and not harder. Now, when I stopped waiting for motivation and started implementing systems and routines for my side project, I launched my coaching business. I enrolled my first 5 students. I started my YouTube channel and was consistent at it. And all this while working a full-time job and without burnout. So if you've been stuck in a cycle of starting and stopping your side project dreams, let's build a system that fits your real life and helps you show up consistently without burnout. So go to the link in the description box below or the comment section and book a free clarity call with me. You don't need more pressure. You need a plan that finally feels doable. Now, the third reason that caused me to keep starting and stopping my side hustle is because I was doing too much too soon. Now, this right here was a big one, and this is equally a huge one for ambitious women who have a full-time job and are trying to grow or start their side projects. So I was juggling a 9-to-5, launching a side project, and trying to be consistent on 5 different platforms, and no wonder I was burned out. Now let's dive into what happens when you do too much too soon. And I want you to pay attention because this right here might just be the shift you need to start making consistent progress. Now, when you try to do all the things all at once, you start with hustle and not a plan. You're excited, you're motivated, and ready to do it all, right? Website, Instagram, newsletter, product, content, all of these things, and sometimes even multiple projects at the same time. But without clear priorities, you spread yourself thin and wear yourself out before you even gain traction. Also, when you're trying to do everything at once, you overcommit and then you crash. You create this huge to-do list thinking, if I just push hard this week, I'll get ahead. But life happens, and life will always happen. Work gets busy, you miss one day, and then you feel like a failure. Then the crash leads to guilt, and the guilt leads to quitting again. So keep up with me. Thirdly, trying to do everything means you cannot keep up with the standard you've set for yourself. Trying to launch at 100 miles per hour sets unrealistic expectations. And when you cannot maintain that pace, your brain says, if I cannot do it perfectly, what's the point? And so you stop altogether instead of adjusting. Next, your brain associates your side hustle with stress. Now, when your side project feels like pressure instead of purpose, you subconsciously avoid it. And this is something you're supposed to love, right? And now just thinking about it makes you exhausted rather than excited, and it becomes something you dread and not something you're building with love. And finally, doing too much too soon means you skip the foundations. By sprinting ahead, you skip over very essential steps, and that's building a simple routine, clarifying your message, testing small offers, and then when things don't work, it's discouraging and then you stop. There is a fix for this, and it's simple. Start smaller than you think, especially because you have a full-time job. One platform, one habit, 1 hour per week, one clear specific win. So this creates momentum, clarity, and confidence, which leads to consistency. Now remember, at the beginning of this video, I talked about us circling back to fear. Well, this brings me to my next point of why I kept starting and stopping my side project dreams. And that is fear. So fear is usually the invisible hand pulling the strings behind why you are inconsistent with your side project, where you start strong and then you stop over and over again. And for women who are ambitious but overwhelmed, fear doesn't always shout, but it whispers, like the fear of failure, fear of judgment, or being seen by co-workers, friends, strangers on the internet. I was afraid of my co-workers seeing me, but one day I just decided, F it. Right? I can't avoid this, and I won't let this stop me. And guess what? My co-workers became my biggest supporters. It might be fear of picking the wrong thing. You have multiple passions. So what if you pick the wrong niche or the wrong idea? Fear feeds that inner critic. When you don't see instant results, fear says, see, you're not cut out for this. So you stop to protect your ego, not realizing that consistency, not perfection, is what builds confidence. And the result, you're stuck in a cycle. Start, doubt, stop, guilt, repeat. So what you need to do is start small, build safety, create systems, anchor to your why. Which brings me to my final point. I forgot why I started in the first place. You see, when you lose connection with your why, every task feels heavy. Your why is what grounds you when motivation fades. So I lost track of my why, which is to build a business that brings me peace and not panic. To help other women create from a place of rest and joy. To prove that consistency doesn't require hustle, it requires clarity. So when you lead with intention, your habits follow. You're not inconsistent. You just need a rhythm that works for your life. So forget hustle culture. You can build something beautiful with peace, patience, and progress. So if you're stuck in the same cycle I was, starting strong, falling off, and feeling like maybe you're just not cut out for this, please hear me. It is not a motivation problem. You just need the right support, structure, and strategy that fits your life. If you're ready to finally break the cycle and show up consistently for your side project without burnout or guilt, let's talk. Book a free clarity call with me. We'll uncover what's keeping you stuck and create a plan that feels doable, energizing, and aligned with your goals. The link to book a call is in the description box and the comment section below. I'd love to help you stop quitting and start building with confidence. If you're waiting for when you have time, I can tell you with so much confidence that time will never come. You have to create it and start making progress on your dreams. So book a call and let's do that. But before you go, what's the biggest reason you've stopped in the past? Comment below, I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching. If you love this video, please like, share with someone who needs a productivity boost, subscribe to my channel for weekly videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.